So the national anthem concluded here at Maple Mountain High School. Great to be with everybody. Ryan Pickens alongside my partner, Freddie
Again,
Woods.
welcome to
And Freddie, this is a Maple Mountain team that
baseball players.
people had some questions
Maple
about at the
Mountain
end of
and
non-region
we
play.
continue
All of a sudden, though, they are
today's starting lineup for
really
the
starting
Maple
to
Mountain Gold
soar, I
Eagles.
guess you could say, now that the region plays here.
Yeah, I think they saw their share of, bumps and some turbulence along the way, but now that they've started region play, they know there's no messing around. And it's a fun to see Maple Mountain get off to fast starts in some of these games. I think that's been a key to them. When they can get off to a fast start early, they're successful. And yesterday you saw, 11 runs in 2 innings, and that really was the key for Maple Mountain.
So they'll try to keep those bats going. Let's take a moment here to thank our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible here this afternoon. We want to thank the Car Guys for the Car Guys Instant Replay. Lance Wilson State Farm with the Lance Wilson State Farm RBI. It'll be Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They'll Triple T Triple. MVP Sports for the MVP of the game, which will be named at the conclusion of our broadcast this afternoon. 2 Jacks Pizza for a 2 Jacks double. And SFCN, built for speed for a stolen base. And they get ready to go today. Maple Mountain will throw the right-hander Tyson Ellis. Jeff Mack, once again, another stellar performance for Maple Mountain yesterday against this Uintah team. So we're set and ready to go here. And Freddie, I mean, we can't have a better day for baseball, I think, than we have right now.
No, we can't. You and I have called quite a few games with some snow coming down or, below 40-degree temperatures, but today just feels great.
Maple Mountain in the all-home white uniforms today, and Uintah is going to be in the all-visiting gray uniforms. It's Tyson Colton, the designated hitter. He stands in the box. Tyson Ellis is set, ready to go, and the first pitch on its way, swung on and missed, and we're underway at just a couple of minutes past 3:30. Thanks for joining us today. We do want to let you know you can see this game on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishFork17. And that pitch comes in, misses off the plate for a ball, and the count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Also a live stream on our website, sfcn.org. So thanks so much for tuning in this afternoon. The 1-1 pitch swung on and missed. It's now 1 ball and 2 strikes here on Tyson Colton as Tyson Ellis throws that fastball right past Colton. Ellis kicks and delivers the breaking ball. It's going to be a check swing. They're going to say foul tipped back to the screen, and we'll have another 1-2 pitch coming up here to Tyson Colton. Let's go ahead and give you the starting lineup for Uintah. Leading off will be the designated hitter, Tyson Colton, who's in the box right now as the 2-2 pitch comes in, and that was a breaking ball called strike 3, and Tyson Ellis has his first strikeout of the afternoon.
And if you're Maple Mountain, that's exactly what you want to see. Ellis already off to a good start and settling in.
So Cruz Leyba, the second baseman, will hit the 2 spot today. He'll stand in right away here for Uintah as Ellis comes in with the first pitch swung on and missed. It's no balls and a strike. Carter Pope, the shortstop, will hit third today. Caden Birch at third will hit cleanup as Tyson Ellis will get ready to go. The 0-1 pitch coming in, and that one swung on and missed, and it's no balls and 2 strikes here on Cruz Leyba. It will be Davis Smewen, the center fielder, hitting 5th. Ryan Case, the right fielder, will hit in the 6th spot. Kedrick Kunis, the catcher, hits 7th, and that one misses for a ball, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Cruz Leyba. Trevor Lofthouse, the first baseman, hits 8th. Zach Stubblefield will round out the order and bat 9th as that one bounces in. A good stop by Bailey Roberts, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Stubblefield will bat 9th and be on the mound. Joe Harris will play defensively in left field this afternoon, but will not hit in the lineup. The DH, Tyson Colton, hitting in that spot, and that one misses, ball 3. And the count runs full now, 3 balls and 2 strikes here on Cruz Leyba. Spring break week having a Monday-Tuesday game instead of the usual Tuesday-Thursday schedule that they'll settle back into after today's ball game. The 2-2 pitch comes inside and tight, and turning out of the way is Leyba, and he'll draw a free pass here from Tyson Ellis in the first, and that brings up Carter Pope.
Yeah, you mentioned it, Ryan. I think the players love having this great weather. There is a slight breeze that may play a factor if the wind picks up a little bit, but we'll see on that.
Here at Maple Mountain High School, pretty kind of cookie cutter, I guess you could say, in the outfield. 345 down the right field line. It's 385 to dead center. There's no marker on that left field line. I would imagine it's around the 345 mark. I walked out there pregame to try to kind of eyeball it here, and that one misses low to Carter Pope. A good block by Bailey Roberts for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. And it looked to be about 345 feet, so I could be wrong, but just kind of doing the eyeball test, Freddie, I think it's probably pretty close. Working here from the stretch, Tyson Ellis will look in, and the pitch comes inside and tight, and it hit Carter Pope in the back. And Pope, I don't think, was too happy or frustrated there, or in some pain, tosses the bat over to the dugout and still take first. And Tyson Ellis, after the strikeout, now has put 2 men on via either a walk or a hit by pitch.
Yeah, that pitch wasn't exactly what I would call a deflection off his back. It pretty much hit him square in the back, so I think he's a little frustrated with that one.
As it's going to bring up Caden Birch, the third baseman, will stand in here for Uintah. The Utes trying to see if they can't strike early here after that long bus ride over from Vernal. I'm sure it'd probably feel good to put a run or 2 up here in the first against Tyson Ellis. Working from the stretch, Ellis comes in high and tight. That one misses for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes to count on Caden Birch. You can probably hear the wind picking up here a little bit right at the mouth of the canyon here in Spanish Fork. Leyba gets his lead over at second. Carter Pope over at first. That pitch swung out, popped up. It's going to go foul. It's 0-1. Let's go ahead and give you defensively for Maple Mountain. It will be Quinn Green in left, Jaron Hall in center, Dawson Hall in right field. Sam Moore will be at third, Cade Polson at short. At second, Tito Dennison will get the start there this afternoon. Caden Beal over at first. Bailey Roberts behind home plate, and Tyson Ellis works from the stretch. He comes in, and that pitch swung on, fouled straight back. And now down to the count is Caden Birch, 1-2.
Yeah, you know, Uintah, it's not that they've played all bad teams, but Maple Mountain's pitching staff obviously very experienced, and maybe that's something new for Uintah this season.
Uintah, you know, at first glance, I kind of thought their schedule was being so far out there in Vernal. They played pickoff, move back to second. Leyba's back safely. Being all the way over there, I could see in your non-region schedule, you may not want to make a ton of trips over into Salt Lake or down here into South, or I mean St. George as well. Probably even a further trip over there from Vernal. They played a lot of teams from out of state, and it's hard to really equate. That pitch is going to be rolled over to third. Sam Morris charging. He's going to have a play over at first. A throw down the line. Everybody's safe. Taking the long turn and now diving back to third is Leyba. Cade Polson couldn't get the tag on, and Uintah's low to the bases here in the first.
Exactly what you want to do it with if you're Uintah. We talked about the importance of Maple Mountain getting off to a fast start, but Uintah trying to beat them with their own game.
Center fielder number 1, Davis Smewen.
As Smewen will come to the plate here, the center fielder, where's number 1? This is a great opportunity for Uintah to try to strike first. But, you know, Freddie, it's hard when you play out-of-state teams sometimes to equate as that pitch misses high for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. It's because some states are maybe a little bit better in baseball than others, so it's hard to also see what classification that would equal up to down here in the state of Utah. That's a kind of a hard combination to get. Smewen hits that one right back to Tyson Ellis. They'll go home for the first out. Roberts to first is in time for the 1-2-3 double play, and that will end the inning. So Tyson Ellis got into a little bit of trouble, but he pitches out of it, and he's able to find a way here to keep Uintah off the scoreboard. We had the bottom of the first inning, Maple Mountain coming up, but let's thank our sponsors for helping make this broadcast possible.
Yeah, we'd like to thank the Car Guys and, of course, Lance Wilson State Farm. We'll go ahead and thank Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. They do all of it. We would like to thank Two Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, and our network, Spanish Fork Community Network. We couldn't do it without all of them, and we appreciate their sponsorship.
Missed opportunities often come back to hurt you in baseball, and right there, they did a good job. Right there, Uintah missed a golden opportunity there to plate a couple of early runs. They'll leave 2 on base, but now, most importantly, Freddie, they have to now take the field defensively against a lineup that put 11 runs up on them yesterday.
Yeah, and these are batters that they haven't faced yet this season, although their best batters I think they're familiar with. They're familiar with Cade Polson and Jaron Hall and among others. So nothing new for them, but this season, Region 8 play may have come as a little bit of a wake-up call to them after playing some teams. I'm not sure exactly how good they are. I didn't watch them play, Uintah's previous opponents, that is, but you've got to think that Region play is the toughest competition they faced so far.
Well, and just kind of taking a look at the conference standings coming into this afternoon, you have Maple Mountain and Salem Hills both at 3-0 at the top. Spanish Fork is 2-0. They're playing non-league games. They have their bye, so to speak, in region play. Springville's 1-0. They had a game I don't think that was made up from last week yet as well. Then you get the bottom part, Freddie. You get Payson, Wasatch, and Uintah are all 0-3. And so that's kind of something to kind of keep in mind. So, but Uintah really, when the schedule came, really kind of got the short end of the stick early on, having to open up with Salem Hills and Maple Mountain.
You know, it's so interesting to me to see Payson, Uintah, Wasatch at the bottom, 0-3, when really those aren't very bad teams. You look at Payson, and this is a team that actually has a lot of potential and can do damage, as we've seen, but as you said, came up on the short end of the stick a few times, but Region 8 just chock full of talent.
So it's going to be kind of interesting here to see as we get ready to go. Bailey Roberts will stand in for Maple Mountain. We'll give you the Golden Eagles lineup. Catcher Bailey Roberts leads off. Jaron Hall will hit in the 2 spot. Cade Polson will hit 3rd. Sam Moore hits cleanup. Dawson Hall will hit in the 5 spot today. Tito Dennison will hit 6 as the first pitch to Bailey Roberts comes in low the knees for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes to count. The pitcher, Tyson Ellis, will hit in the 7th spot. Caden Beal at first hits 8th, and Jake Roberts will round out the order at the designated hitter. And that pitch misses ball 2. It's quickly 2 balls and no strikes to count here on Bailey Roberts. Pitching today, it's the right-hander Zach Stubblefield. The senior will kick and deliver the 2-0 pitch, and that one right off the plate for a called strike, and it's 2-1 here on Bailey Roberts. Maple Mountain offensively putting up 16 runs yesterday against Uintah. They just really got going quickly. That one misses ball 3. It's 3-1. I believe that was a 10-run rule game that ended in the 5th inning. Jared Hall on the on-deck circle had 2 home runs, is what I heard in that one, as the 3-1 pitch comes in. Roberts taking all the way. The count will run full now. 3 balls and 2 strikes on the Golden Eagle leadoff hitter. We'll get Uintah defensively here momentarily. The 3-2 pitch is going to be hit hard out to left center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. Bailey Roberts takes a long turn around first, and he's on to start things for Maple Mountain.
You know, Bailey Roberts packs a lot of power in that swing, and he swung that with everything he had, so beautiful hit by Roberts.
Hall will stand in the box now. Jaron had 2 home runs yesterday for Maple Mountain, and that's definitely something that I'm sure Uintah, that's the one thing with playing the back-to-back games, probably gave Uintah a little bit of nightmares after the game he had yesterday. Hall coming in second in region with home runs with 3, right behind, I believe I can't remember, somebody from Salem Hills, but I can't remember the name. Bailey Roberts goes, Hall swings, grounds that one to 3rd. Birch is there, he'll throw across the diamond in time for the first out of the inning, but Bailey Roberts able to move up. Peyton Pond is the runner, as now Cade Polson comes to the plate. So once again, you see that speed-up runner. Maple Mountain will go to Peyton Pond, as now Cade Polson will come to the plate. Polson hit a home run in that 2nd game of the Payson series last week. And that pitch missing low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Cade. It'll be Joe Harris in left field today. In center field, it is Davis. That one misses right on the hits of the outside corner, for a called strike, and evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Davis Smewen in center field. In right field, it's Ryan Case. On the infield, it's Caden Birch at 3rd. As we get set for the 1-1 pitch, the wind, the delivery comes in. That one missing off the plate with the fastball. It's 2-1. Shortstop is Carter Pope. It's Cruz Leba at second base. Trevor Lofthouse will be at first, and behind the plate, it's Kedrick Kunis today, as the 2-1 pitch is about to come home, and that one swung on and missed. As Stubblefield takes Polson up the ladder and he swings through. It's 2-2. Now, Freddie, if you take a look at the field, I'm gonna point something out here. Do you notice anything off with the uniforms?
You know, at first glance,
That pitch fouled off.
I don't notice anything off with the uniforms, but I think my eye would be considered untrained.
Okay, so the catcher, Kedrick Kunis, is wearing a black jersey.
There we go.
Everybody else is wearing a gray jersey, and likely it's just, I don't know what happened, but nonetheless, it's not white, so it works. There's a one hopper right to short. Carter Pope throws across the diamond in time for the second out of the inning, but Peyton Pond moves up 90 feet down over to third base, goes Peyton Pond, and now Sam Moore, the third baseman, comes in. I'm not sure the reason why he's wearing a black uniform. Everybody else is in gray, but nonetheless, it works as it's not a white uniform, so he's good to go. So Zach Stubblefield has done a pretty good job here in the first inning. Maple Mountain, he's gotten two of the more difficult hitters in this lineup out as the first pitch to Sam Moore misses for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Sam Moore. Dawson Hall will be in the on-deck circle for the Golden Eagles as the 1-0 pitch comes in. Moore fouls that one away down the right field line, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Peyton Pond with good speed, so Kunis will have to make sure he keeps the ball in front of him, because if he doesn't, if one kind of kicks away, the runner could score from third. That pitch, a breaking ball, in there for a called strike, sorry. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count here on Sam Moore. Once again, I have a pole right in front of me where I'm trying to see. That one's grounded right to short. One hopped right to Carter Pope. Pope will throw across the diamond in time, and the side is retired.
Well, great throw by Pope, who also happens to be a home run leader in the region, a very talented athlete for Uintah in Carter Pope.
So at the end of 1, no score, Uintah Maple Mountain here on Spanish Fork 17 and Spanish Fork 16.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Rest easy. State Farm agent Lance Wilson is there for you. Call 801-798-9288 today for the service you deserve.
You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Ryan Case stands in the box to lead off the top of the second inning as he takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. Tyson Ellis back to work for inning number 2 as the right-hander kicks and delivers. Swung out and missed. Ryan Case out in front of that one, and it's quickly 0-2. Ryan Case, Kedrick Kunis, Trevor Lofthouse, 6, 7, and 8 coming up as the pitch comes in right on the outside corner but misses for a ball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Ryan Case. Tyson Ellis struggled a little bit in that first inning with the command, that one missing, and the count evens up now at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Leba drew a walk. Carter Pope was hit by a pitch, and then Caden Birch reached on what I ruled an E5. That one misses away, ball 3. 3 balls and 2 strikes as Sam Moore couldn't quite make the clean throw across the diamond. That's an unofficial score. That's just what I marked in my scorebook there. Full count on the way to Ryan Case as that one's going to be swung on and fouled straight back to the screen, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch. The pit 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. Nope, foul tipped. So nice job, Ryan Case, able to stay alive here, and it's 3-2 the count. The line, the delivery, the 3-2 pitch swung out, popped up, and Bailey Roberts will give it a look, but then realizes it's well foul, and we'll have another 3-2 pitch coming up. So Ryan Case standing in there, really fighting here, finding a way to stay alive, 3-2.
Boy, I'm impressed. I don't have my clock with me, but those pitches come in with a lot of heat.
3-2 pitch, Case out in front of this one, and he'll go down on strikes. Strikeout number 2 for Tyson Ellis. And now with 1 out, it's Kedrick Kunis, the catcher, will come to the plate. That's a tough thing. You have a long at bat like that, and eventually, a lot of times, the pitcher's eventually going to win that battle. It's like Tyson Ellis did there as Kunis stands in, breaking ball, first pitch, misses for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes the count. Top of the second inning, no score. Maple Mountain and Uintah. That pitch misses away once again, and the count moves to 2 balls and no strikes. Maple Mountain next week gets the Springville Red Devils. The 2-0 pitch on its way, right in there at the knees for a called strike, and it's 2 balls and a strike. The count here on Kedrick Kunis, the catcher. That one's going to be fouled away as he just got a little bit underneath that baseball, a little bit late too, and fouled it off. So Tyson Ellis, another count where he's ahead in 2 strikes already with 2 strikeouts, looking for strikeout number 3. Time call as Kunis will step out of the box. Ellis kicks, delivers. That pitch misses, high, ball 3, and now the count runs full once again on Kedrick Kunis. So the last hitter, Ryan Case, got a 3-2 count, fought off a couple of pitches. We'll see what Tyson Ellis does here. The 3-2 pitch swung out and missed with a slow breaking ball as Kunis was expecting the fastball, and strikeout number 3 for Tyson Ellis. So 2 outs for Trevor Lofthouse. Tyson Ellis has seemed to kind of settle in from everything that happened in that first inning. Fastball misses low, 1 ball and no strikes the count here on Trevor Lofthouse. Ellis will kick and deliver the 1-0 pitch. That one's going to be rolled right over to the left side. Going to be a tough play. Ellis fields it, fires over to first, not in time, as Trevor Lofthouse able to hustle down the line, and he's aboard here with a 2-out single.
Looked like a nice firing throw from Ellis, but just not quite enough to get there in time.
A tough spot for the fielder, the way he threw that pitch right there, or where the ball was hit, because there's 2 people. The pitcher at third baseman has to make that play, and it was hit right in the middle of them. And good speed by Lofthouse to reach first base. So Uintah has a runner on base. The first pitch blocked in the dirt by Bailey Roberts. It's 1 ball and no strikes the count on the pitcher, Zach Stubblefield, for Uintah. Tyson Ellis checks the runner, looks over his shoulder, comes home, misses low again, 2 balls and no strikes the count. Ellis has seemed to be sharp with nobody's on base, but once he gets base runners on, that's kind of seems to be when the situation changes. Ellis winds, comes home, that one right on the outside corner for a called strike. No, he missed, sorry, that's outside ball 3. It's 3 balls and no strikes here on Zach Stubblefield. Tyson Colton in the top of the lineup coming up for Uintah. Pitch on its way on that one in there as Stubblefield was taking all the way. It's 3-1. Caden Beal going to hold the runner on over at first is Lofthouse. The 3-1 pitch is swung on and missed, and the count goes full 3-2. Working from the stretch, Ellis comes home, the 3-2 pitch swung on and missed, strike 3. Tyson Ellis has 4 strikeouts. He strikes out the side here in the second inning. As we take a look here at, we get ready here. Let's take a look at our sponsors here. We want to thank SFCN, Built for Speed, MVP Sports, 2 Jacks Pizza, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Lance Wilson, State Farm, and of course the car guys for helping make this broadcast and our many other broadcasts possible throughout the high school sports season. Of course, you can catch replays of this broadcast and our many others on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishForks17. If you missed a game throughout the Maple Mountain season, we were there, you can see it right there. Moving to the bottom of the second, Dawson Hall, Tito Dennison, Tyson Ellis, 4, 5, and 6 coming up here for the Golden Eagles. And Freddie, kind of a big inning here. You have Tyson Ellis doing his job on the pitcher's mound, but now he's got to see if he can't get something going with the bat.
Yeah, you know, I've been impressed with Ellis on the mound already. I think, yeah, he struggled in some situations, as you mentioned, but when it's a full count, as of late especially, Ellis has been on point as he's needed to be. And you can't forget Sam Moore, the catcher, who has let very few balls get away from him. You've seen Ellis and Mack both throw some wild ball pitches once in a while and some in the dirt, but Moore very rarely lets a ball get away from him. So Sam Moore, one of your leaders that you look to for that consistency, and he's brought it.
Right fielder, number 19, Dawson Hall.
So Dawson Hall, the right fielder, will stand in to lead it off here for Maple Mountain as Hall takes a first pitch a little bit high, just around the belt for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes the count. Hall moved up into the 5 spot this afternoon, and the pitch comes in, and Hall swings, pops this one up, and that one's going to go foul up over us here. Anytime I see that ball popped up coming over the third base line, I look up and I see the sun right in my eye. That pitch misses away for a ball, 2 balls and a strike. Of course, the last couple of years when I've been covering games up at the state tournament here on Spanish Fork 17, I've almost gotten hit twice as we've been down that first base line. That one gets in there just above the knees for a called strike, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Dawson Hall.
And just imagine how the outfielders feel when the sun's right in their eyes.
This year, Freddie, remind me to bring my glove. Breaking pitch is rolled foul, and the count evens up, 2 balls and 2 strikes the count. So we do want to remind everyone, this game being aired on both Spanish Fork 17 and Spanish Fork 16. That one swung out, popped up again over our way. That one's going to go foul again up over us here. The Spanish Fork City Council meeting is going to start at 6 p.m., and that will air on Spanish Fork 17. So if we're still on at 6 p.m., the game will be moved and will continue to be played on Spanish Fork 16. Dawson Hall pops that one up down the line. That one's going to go foul once again, and that's the 3rd time he's popped one up over our way. This one going down past the dugout. We'll have another 2-2 pitch coming up here. Zach Stubblefield having to work here in the second inning. Dawson Hall keeps fighting off some pitches. The 2-2 pitch about to come in, and Hall swings, hits that one right back up the middle for a base hit. And Dawson Hall's on to start the second inning for Maple Mountain.
Perfect placement by Hall, and that's exactly what you need, getting someone on base. It doesn't matter how.
Maple Mountain in the second yesterday over at Uintah put one of their big innings. I want to say they scored 9 here in the second inning yesterday, as Tito Dennison, the second baseman, will stand in here. The great thing about baseball is you have a day like yesterday where it didn't really go Uintah's way. Today, a whole new day. Pickoff move, and Dawson Hall's back. So that's something kind of fun about baseball. Stubblefield from the stretch comes home. Runner goes. The throw down to second to get Hall's on the money, and they didn't get him. They're going to say Dawson Hall got in there on the stolen base. That's an SFCN built for speed stolen base.
Well, great speed and great slide by Dawson. Very impressive form by him. Neither of these teams is one that you look at as far as good stealing teams.
That throw was pretty close, and no doubt about that one there. More throws like that by Kunis on the money. He might nail a couple of people today. That pitch misses inside. The count goes to 2 balls and no strikes here on Tito Dennison. So now with no outs in the runner on second, it kind of opens up that bunt opportunity for Coach Gary Miner in that third base coach's box. We'll see if Dennison squares around. He doesn't. Takes that pitch, high ball 3. It's 3-0. Tyson Ellis, the pitcher for Maple Mountain, awaits in the on-deck circle where he will hit. Stubblefield takes a look at second, comes home, 3-0 pitch is hit off into right field. Coming in is Ryan Case. He reaches up to make the catch, tagging and going down to third base, but the throw is behind Dawson Hall as he moves up into third on the fly ball to right. So Tyson Ellis an opportunity here with one out where he doesn't necessarily need a hit to get Dawson Hall home, but a chance to help his own cause and get the lead here in the second. Stubblefield will work from the stretch. And the pitch to Tyson Ellis is swung out, popped up. This goes shallow into the outfield. Leyba falls and the ball will fall as well. Here comes the relay throw. Scoring on the play is Hall, and Tyson Ellis has knocked in the run. It's 1-0 Maple Mountain.
Well, it looked like the outfielder may have gotten tripped up on his own feet and the ball may have gotten lost in the sun. It was hard to tell, but just unfortunate error there.
And definitely one of those situations where 9 times out of 10, Uintah probably makes that play. Unfortunately, this is the one time where it doesn't. But if you're Maple Mountain, though, you'll take it any runs you can get. It's 1-0 Golden Eagles as now Caden Beal will come to the plate. And I think we're going to have a runner over at first for Tyson Ellis. The umpire writing something in his scorebook. I'm looking to see. The Maple Mountain uniforms has kind of the cursive Roman numeral looking M on one side. Then the number sits in the lower corner, and I can't see here. Trevor Lofthouse, the first baseman, holding the runner on. I can't quite see the number quite yet here. We'll probably see it for you momentarily. Caden Beal will stand into the box here. And the first pitch here, diving back safely here, as it's going to be 25. That's Caleb Peterson coming in. Or sorry, Carter Shaw, number 25, to run over at first base. Caden Beal, the hitter at the plate, swings. He hits this one out over the head of Leyba into center field. Shaw will make the turn. He'll hold at second as the relay throw comes in. And Maple Mountain's got something going here. Their third hit of the inning for the designated hitter, Jake Roberts.
So a little bit of deja vu now for the Golden Eagles, who had a lot of firepower at the mound, or excuse me, at the plate yesterday. Now the bats are heating up.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Rest easy. State Farm agent Lance Wilson is there for you. Call 801-798-9288 today for the service you deserve.
You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
So with one run in, we'll see here what Jake Roberts can do, the designated hitter today, hitting for the left fielder, Quinn Green, who will play defensively in left field for Maple Mountain but won't hit. Something that you can do in high school baseball that you really can't do at any other level is you can have the DH hit for somebody other than the pitcher. At most of the other levels, if you use a DH, it means the pitcher won't hit. Breaking ball is in there for a called strike to Jake Roberts, and it's 0-1. Zach Stubblefield, the right-hander, trying to work through this jam here and only keep the one run on the board. That pitch misses away. Nice job by Kunis, and the count evens up at 1-1. Kunis does a nice job there of keeping that one in front of him, where that gets to the backstop. That can oftentimes be a automatic run. The pitch comes in, misses, low ball, 2, and it's 2-1 the count here on Jake Roberts. A slight breeze here this afternoon at Maple Mountain as we got into the mid to upper 50s, and now Stubblefield comes in. That one swung out and missed, and it's 2-2. Stubblefield wasn't sure what was going on. I heard the Maple Mountain dugout yell back, and then all of a sudden you saw everyone kind of going back to the bag, and I thought Stubblefield was going to try a pickoff move, but then he came home. So full count here on Jake Roberts, and the 3-2 pitch about to come home from Stubblefield. That one blocked in the dirt. Good job. I'm sorry, now the count goes full 3-2. Good, another good stop by Kunis behind home plate. So with one out in the inning, typically you wouldn't see the runners take off. We'll see here if that's something that happens. Lofthouse playing about a step in front of Caden Beal at first. Pitch comes in, misses low, ball 4. Maple Mountain has the bases loaded here in the second inning. And now the bases are loaded. You go back to the top of the lineup, and Bailey Roberts. Roberts had a single in the first for Maple Mountain, and then Peyton Pond came in to run for him and got stranded on at third base.
Yeah, this is just a great situation for Maple Mountain with bases loaded. You've got the peak of your lineup coming up, and you have Sam Moore, Bailey Roberts, getting their names confused, with a lot of power and a lot of potential to hit it over the fence.
Sam Moore will come up, but he's, not due up for about 3 more hitters. The pitch misses low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll get there, Freddie. Don't worry, 1 ball and no strikes.
I'm excited.
Bounces in there for a ball. Another good stop by Kunis, keeping that one in front of him. The 1-0 pitch comes in, misses low, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes to count here on Bailey Roberts. Jaron Hall waits on deck. 1 out, bottom of the second inning, 1-0 Maple Mountain. Golden Eagles scoring earlier on a single by Tyson Ellis. Pitch comes in, that one missing low, ball 3. It's 3 balls and no strikes, and not what you want to do here. If you're Stubblefield, you're in danger of walking in a run here. You want to at least make Bailey Roberts put the bat on the ball here to get the run home. The 3-0 pitch, the kick and the delivery comes. That one gets right in there on the corner for a called strike, and it's 3-1. Carter Shaw running at third, Caden Beal at second, Jake Roberts at first. The 3-1 pitch swung on, and that one's going to be fouled away, and the count runs full 3-2. Bailey Roberts kind of hitting the bat down on the dirt there after that swing. I think a little frustrated potentially with missing that pitch, and now the count runs full once again here. Stubblefield will have to come in here pretty good. So a quick conference on the mound as Kendrick Kunis, the senior catcher, goes out to have a talk with his senior counterpart on the mound, Zach Stubblefield. Lofthouse playing in front of the runner over at first, Jake Roberts, so not holding him on. The 3-2 pitch about to come home, misses low, ball 4, and that will bring home the runner Carter Shaw from third. It's 2-0 Golden Eagles.
And Ryan, when you look at the Region 8 home run leaders, top 5 home run leaders in the region, 2 of those guys are on this Maple Mountain team in Cade Polson and Jaron Hall. Jaron Hall at bat now, and the other guy that's in that top 5 is Carter Pope. So 3 of the top 5 home run leaders in the region on the field today.
Those are of the stats that we can find and kind of compile together. Nothing overly official there. As the first pitch breaking ball gets in there knee high for a called strike, and so 1-1. Hall wearing the the high stirrups today with the maroon and gold. The 0-1 pitch comes inside. That one's going to hit Jaron Hall. That will bring home another run, and it's 3-0 Maple Mountain. So, Freddie, it's one of those things where really if you're Uintah here, if they're getting hits, that's one thing, but the last thing you want to do is walk men and hit them where they're coming in easy.
That's exactly right, and you hear from fans as well as coaches, they're telling the pitcher there to settle down because that's something that you said you cannot afford in that situation.
And it's tough now, especially because you have the bases loaded. You have Cade Polson coming up to the plate, And Cade's been very dangerous at times this year for Maple Mountain and throughout his career. Of course, Cade will play his college baseball up the road at the Utah Valley University, where once again we'll host that 4A state tournament here coming up in the month of May, where last year Maple Mountain Spanish Fork and really Region 8 as a whole fared really well. Conference on the Mound is over, so now everybody will come back to play baseball. Cade Polson will get ready to step in the box here for the Golden Eagles. The other thing to worry about now even a ball in the gap could clear the bases with the speed of Jaron Hall over at first base. Running over at third base, it's Jake Roberts, Peyton Pond at second, Jaron Hall at first. Stubblefield from the stretch comes home, and the first pitch is swung on and hit up the middle for a base hit. Coming in to score is Roberts. Right behind him is Peyton Pond. The throw is cut off, and it's two more come in on a two-run single. It's 5-0 Maple Mountain.
So Cade Polson coming in when you need him, didn't waste any time there, and that's what you expect from one of your veteran leaders of the team.
Jaron Hall gets down to third, and now Sam Moore comes to the plate here, and I would imagine we probably see a pitcher start to warm up here for Uintah. The Utes, I believe, do play later on this week. They'll play Emory, I believe, on the 7th, coming up here in a couple of days. Here's Sam Moore. He'll turn around, square to bump. Polson's going to try to steal second. The throw, and I think Caden Kunis, they've threw down to third base to get Jaron Hall back, but Cade Polson goes down to second base. Here's Sam Moore now with a couple of men on. That may not be considered a stolen base as there was no throw down to second. Here Sam Moore swings, pops this one up. It's going to be over here, just over the head of, I guess, the top of the Maple Mountain dugout. The ninth man to come to the plate in the inning is Sam Moore here. Dawson Hall led everything off with a single. He is getting loose again in the on-deck circle. Stubblefield from the stretch comes inside, and that hits Sam Moore, and the bases are loaded again.
So just a landslide if you're Uintah, a horrible domino effect, and can't seem to get anyone to stay off the bases, so unless they're coming home. So unfortunate for Uintah here.
5 runs in for Maple Mountain, and they have 3 more on the base pass here. Still 1 away as Stubblefield will try to go back to work here, and the pitch comes in, and Dawson Hall swings through it. No balls and a strike.
You know, it seemed that Maple Mountain went through a stretch of a few games where the bats were cold and they couldn't hit much, but it looks like they're back to themselves. Yesterday and today, they've really found themselves.
The 0-1 pitch on its way, and Hall's going to hit that one down the right field line. It is going to be fair. That's going to score 1. Jaron Hall scores. Cade Polson right behind him. They're going to put the brakes on Sam Moore at third. It's 7-0 Maple Mountain. A 2-run single knocked in here by Dawson Hall.
And you mentioned speed. Not just Jaron Hall, but a lot of other players on this team have speed. They're young and they're speedy, and we saw the speed showcase there.
So here's Tito Dennison. And now we'll have a visit out to the mound, which will probably spark a pitching change as Zach Stubblefield's day likely to come to an end here in the second inning. Tito Dennison will be the hitter, and we'll see who they're going to go to. I want to say that is Joe Harris, who's just gotten the signal to come in from left field. Right here. Let's go ahead and get our sponsors in here while we kind of sort the changes out here.
First of all, we'll thank our sponsor SFCN, Spanish Fork Community Network, who is built for speed. MVP Sports, who helps us pick an MVP at the end of each game. 2 Jacks Pizza, delicious always. Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Lance Wilson State Farm, and the Car Guys, who we all know and love.
So without their help, we couldn't help get this broadcast on the air today, so we thank them for their help. The new pitcher will be number 6. It's going to be Joe Harris, who's going to come in from left field. And I want to say Stubblefield just went out to the outfield, but I trying to see here.
You know, I think a good time for Uintah to make that change. Sometimes a tweak like that at a potential turning point in the game like this, where you're down 7-0 early, could be a difference for Uintah. Maybe in not coming back to win, but at least in a confidence boost and some kind of shift of momentum.
You know, it's one of those things too, and sometimes, I mean, it happens where you have a rough couple of days, especially in baseball where you play a lot of times every day, but it's one of those things, Freddie, to take a look at. You don't want to continually practice bad habits, and so it's kind of one of those things to keep in mind going forward. You know, how does this set you up into next week, into region? The good news for Uintah is, you know, when you take a look at this, you had to start with the two best teams probably in the region, at least up until this point of the year. I'd probably put Spanish Fork right in there as a third option as well. But one of those situations, you had to start with the tougher teams in the league. That's going to set you up for a schedule that's a little more favorable as we end the region play.
Definitely something to look at, and I think Uintah will build confidence going forward, knowing that maybe the worst is out of the way.
Maple Mountain's schedule, they started, you know, they had an interesting start to their league play with Payson and then Uintah. Next week they'll get Springville, but then they got to deal with Spanish Fork and Salem Hill. So they had the playoff teams kind of all back to back as the first pitch misses away with the fastball. Going down, Dawson Hall. Throw's gonna be cut off. They're coming home, and they got Sam Moore at the plate. So Dawson Hall advances to second. A great cut throw by Carter Pope, and he put a throw right on the money to Kunis behind home plate.
Very, very impressive throw. That one right on target. I mean, a foot left or right, and that one wasn't going to get Sam Moore.
So now with 2 outs, Dennison has a 1-ball, no strike count. And Hall gets his lead over at second base. The pitch comes in. That one right on the outside corner for a called strike, and it's 0-1. The 0-1 pitch that comes in, and Dennison hits this one right to short. Carter Pope is there. He'll throw across the diamond in time, and the second inning comes to an end. If you're the Golden Eagles, though, you put 7 runs up at the end of 2, Maple Mountain 7, Uintah 0. You're watching high school baseball here on Spanish Fork 17.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Rest easy. State Farm agent Lance Wilson is there for you. Call 801-798-9288 today for the service you deserve.
You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Top of the third inning starting here at Maple Mountain High School this afternoon. Top of the lineup, Tyson Colton to lead off as Tyson Ellis goes back to work, and that one misses low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes. Always a little bit of a concern as a pitcher when you've had that kind of long wait in the dugout like Tyson Ellis had, to see how he comes back. And that first pitch is going to be grounded right to short. Cade Poulsen up with it. He'll throw across the diamond for the first out of the third. Here's Cruz Leyba, the second baseman. Leyba walked in his first at-bat of the afternoon and then got stranded on the base pass. He was, well, sorry, he didn't get stranded. He was running on third base, and A ball got hit right back to Tyson Ellis, who went home. First pitch to Leba, bunt showed. He pulls it back, but takes a called strike, and it's 0-1. 0-1 pitch swung on. That one's fouled back, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes to count here on Cruz Leba.
A big swing there, but I kind of like the mentality of getting a bunt in and just doing anything to get on base. You're not looking for a home run necessarily at this point, but anything to manufacture a run.
0-2 pitch misses for a ball, 1 ball and 2 strikes to count here on Leba. And that's really the truth when you're trailing like Uintah is right now, just trying to get something back. Preferably, you'd like to get them back in chunks. That one missing away. Ball 2, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Get 1 here, 2 here, another run here. The biggest thing, though, pitching-wise, you have to keep the other team off the scoreboard. Pitch comes in. That one misses. Call, strike 3 on the inside corner. Strikeout number 5 for Tyson Ellis. And with 2 down, Carter Pope, the shortstop, comes to the plate.
So I guess your question answered there about Ellis, whether or not he stayed warm, very warm, and he's been hot all game.
A little bit easier on a day like today where it's warm outside. If this was maybe last week when we were in the 40s, that might have a little more of a bearing. Here's Carter Pope, the shortstop. He was hit by a pitch in the first. Pope comes in. That one over the plate for a called strike, and it's 0-1.
And you mentioned that, Ryan. I think the temperature's definitely a factor for these pitchers. The Maple Mountain pitching staff, who we all know and love, looking a lot different and better in these last few games.
Pitch grounded right to second. Dennison up with it. He'll throw to first in time. And the Uintah Utes go down 1-2-3 here in the third. So we head to the bottom of the third inning. And Maple Mountain put up 7 in the second. We'll see how they respond here in the third as they come up here. Let's go ahead and get our sponsors in here. We have the Car Guys for the Car Guys Instant Replay. Lance Wilson State Farm. Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. 2 Jack's Pizza. MVP Sports, and SFCN. We thank you for helping make these broadcasts possible here. Our next broadcast here for Maple Mountain Baseball will actually come up on Tuesday. We'll be back here at Maple Mountain. The Springville Red Devils will be in town. Always fun when those two schools get together. That will actually be aired on Spanish Fork 16, because over on 17, the Spanish Fork Dons will be in action on the road at Salem Hills, taking on the Skyhawks.
Both of those will be awesome matchups, really fun to watch. And sometimes with those rivalry games, it doesn't really matter what your record is coming in, as we've seen with those series in the past. Maple Mountain you'd favor to take over Springville, definitely, but you never know. You never know with rivalry games.
It's always interesting, especially in Region 8 with the close proximity, for the most part, of the schools here in this area, and adding Payson, I think, just added another element of rivalry to it. But nonetheless, it will be a lot of fun. That will be a back to the Tuesday-Thursday schedule for both of those schools as well. We do want to remind you as well, if you're watching this game on Spanish Fork 17 at 6 p.m., so right around an hour and a half from now, the City Council meeting will begin. And so you'll be able to finish the rest of this one on Spanish Fork 16, as Tyson Ellis will stand in. So we hope that everybody's Tuesday afternoon's going well. Tyson Ellis takes a first pitch called strike, and it's 0-1. Tyson Ellis, Caden Beal, Jake Roberts, 7, 8, 9 coming up. That one blocked in the dirt, as that one didn't quite make it all the way home, but Kunis does a nice job keeping it in front of him, and it evens the count up at 1-1. Tyson Ellis will stand in here from the right side of the plate, looking to help his own cause. The offense helping him in the second with a 7-run second. Ellis swings, pops this one up. Lofthouse going to give it a look. He's still trying to get it. It's going to go foul out of play right there. Right around where those people are sitting and down the left field line, there's a white line that runs all the way from there to the foul pole. That lets everybody know what's in play and what's out of play. Ellis hits this one right back up the middle for a base hit. Tyson Ellis is on to start the third inning.
So I assume if you sit on the inside of that line, you're just begging for a ball to come down on your head.
It's one of those situations you'll want to make sure you keep your eyes on the action at all times, as Carter Shaw once again will come in to run here for Tyson Ellis. Here's Caden Beal. You hear that announcement in a lot of minor league games. Fans, please keep your eyes on the field at all times. Well, it's good at all levels of baseball. Caden Beal stands in, takes a called strike, and it's 0-1 on Beal. Beal had a single and came around to score during that 7-run second inning. Carter Shaw gets his lead over at first. The pitch comes in. Good block by Kunis behind home plate. And it's quickly now evens the count up here on Caden Beal. Two balls and no strikes to count. Beal stands in here from the right side. The 2-0 pitch is swung on, lifted foul, and we'll have another 2-1 pitch coming up. We'll have the first 2-1 pitch to Caden Beal. I got a little ahead of myself here. As Joe Harris begins his second inning of relief work, as the breaking ball swung on and missed by Beal, and he's down on strikes. First strikeout of the day for Joe Harris. The first out here of the third inning, and now Jake Roberts, the designated hitter, will come to the plate. Roberts had a walk and then came around to score later on in that inning for Maple Mountain. That was again back in that second inning where Maple Mountain sent 11 guys to the plate. Dawson Hall and Tito Dennison both going to the plate twice. Jake Roberts ready to go in the box. First pitch on its way. That one's right back to the pitcher. Harris goes to short, tried to get the runner at second. The relay for throw to first is not in time, and everybody's safe. The throw, it looks like, was low, and it looks like it pulled Carter Pope off the bag.
Yeah, the ball definitely got there in time, but his foot may have just lifted off.
And so 2 men on here, and now you go back to the top of the lineup. Here's Bailey Roberts now. Roberts has been on base twice, 1 for 1 officially with a single. He walked in his last at-bat, and then Peyton Pond came around to score a run for him as Pond was running for Bailey Roberts. Runners on at first and second, bottom of the third inning. Working from the stretch, the pitch comes in, misses low, 1 ball and no strikes to count. Jaron Hall waits on deck for the Golden Eagles. The 10-run rule is in effect in high school baseball. Doesn't come into effect though till the 5th inning. Hopefully Uintah can claw back in this one. That one on the outside corner. Count evens up at 1-1. Of course, if you're a Maple Mountain fan, you might just want to see more offense, depending on how everything goes. Working from the stretch, Joe Harris has done a pretty good job so far in relief. The right-hander comes in, breaking ball is going to be swung on and hit back up the middle into left field for a base hit. Coming around third comes Carter Shaw. The relay throw is going to be offline. There's an RBI, a Lance Wilson State Farm RBI for Bailey Roberts as he has a single, and it's 8-0 Maple Mountain.
Nice hit there by Roberts. He's shown to be deadly from the plate, so the bleeding probably not going to stop anytime soon for Uintah as Jaron Hall's coming up to bat. That's probably the worst thing if you're a Uintah fan, the last thing you want to see.
Well, it's just been a tough day for Uintah. A lot of these balls that Maple Mountain has hit, and I didn't see the game yesterday to kind of know how everything went. These balls are being hit just out of the reach. I mean, and a few of them really, they've been hit just in the right spot. They aren't the hardest hit balls that we've seen this year from the Golden Eagles. 8-0 Maple Mountain here as Jaron Hall stands in. He is 0 for 1 and was hit by a pitch and scored a run in his last at-bat. Bunt showed. Hall's going to foul that one away. No balls and a strike. He was, I want to say, bunting there for a base hit. You saw him quickly just lay it down and get out of the batter's box. Jake Roberts running on at second base. Peyton Pond back in the game, running for Bailey Roberts at first. And the 1-0 pitch, breaking ball, misses away, ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Sorry, it's 1 ball and 1 strike as Hall fouled the first one off. I am So sorry about getting that wrong. And the count evens up at 1-1. Hall stands in here as the right-hander Harris works from the stretch, takes a look at second and comes in. Hall checked his swing, but it looks like no appeal. That one missing away for a ball. It's 2 balls and a strike. Uintah looking here with 1 out in the bottom of the third, looking to try to turn 2 and get out of the inning. Lofthouse not holding on. Jaron Hall playing about a step in front of him in that baseline there. As the pitch comes in, Hall once again taking that pitch, and it's make the count 3 balls and a strike.
Hall with a good eye, a lot of experience, and he knows his capabilities and he knows when to wait.
3-1, he should see a pretty good pitch here from the starter, Joe Harris. Ready to go, runners get their lead. 3-1 pitch, Hall swings, hits this one pretty well out to left field, going back to the track, to the wall, and it is gone. A 3-run homer for Jaron Hall. It's 11-0 Maple Mountain.
And Jaron Hall, nothing new for him. One of the top 5 in the region according to our stats here. Absolutely capable of putting it over the fence at any moment, but as we've seen, one of those guys, one of many that also can place it where he wants to. So very, very dangerous guy in Jaron Hall.
His 3rd home run in 2 days, as now Maple Mountain will bring up Cade Polson to the plate. And once again, a ball that was hit well, but off the bat, you didn't quite get that sound like it was going. I thought it was deep, but I didn't really see it until the left fielder there, Caden Birch, it looks like, ran all the way back to the wall, and then the ball was gone. Caden Birch has moved out to left field as the pitch comes in to Cade Polson, misses for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes to count. Staying in the game was the pitcher Stubblefield. He's over at third base. That one's grounded over to third. Stubblefield with it. He'll fire across the diamond in time for the 2nd out of the inning. So with 2 down, Sam Moore, the 3rd baseman, will come to the plate.
So in a game like this, you know, the Golden Eagles want to get everybody involved. They don't just want Jaron Hall having success. This is a game where you can really establish some trust in your teammates and build confidence as a team and not just individually.
So Sam Moore will come to the plate here. Moore has grounded out and was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat. Stands in and takes the first pitch in there for a called strike at the knees. It's 0-1. Maple Mountain with 4 more across here in the 3rd. The wind and the delivery coming home. That one bounced in there. A good stop behind home plate by Kunis. And the count moves here to 2 balls and a strike. The kick and the delivery. Harris comes in. That one missing high again. Evens the count, or makes the count 2 balls and a strike here on Sam Moore. The kick and the delivery once again on its way. Moore fouls that one away and kind of rolls it looks like to the backstop, and the count moves to 2-2. It's got to be hard in a sense for Uintah. They got here right around just a little bit after 2 o'clock, got ready for a 3:30 game. That's a long trip from Vernal, and it's tough, I think, to come this far and have a game go quite the way it's going right now. That pitch is going to be grounded to short, back or cut off by the 3rd baseman Stubblefield. He'll throw high over to first, but in time, and the inning's over. But the damage is done. A 3-run, a home run by Jaron Hall makes it 11-0 Maple Mountain. We've played 3 here at Maple Mountain High School. Golden Eagles lead it here on Spanish Fork 17.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
rest easy. State Farm agent Lance Wilson is there for you. Call 801-798-9288 today for the service you deserve.
You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Top of the fourth inning, as swinging and fouling the first pitch off was Caden Birch. It snowballs and a strike here on Caden Birch. It would be Birch, Smoonin, and Case, 4, 5, and 6 coming up. Tyson Ellis has been well in control here as he misses with that one. The count evens up at 1-1. Maple Mountain in a position here where they take care of business here. Uintah right now is down to their final 6 outs, with the 10-run rule would come into effect at the middle of the 5th inning. But they still got some work to do as the pitch comes in. That one, there's a fastball that misses for a ball. 2 balls and a strike here on Caden Birch. Birch reached on, I believe it was going to be ruled an error against Sam Moore as the throw pulled first baseman off the bag. That's right back to Ellis. He leaps, makes the catch, tosses over to first for the first out of the 4th.
You mentioned, Ryan, this would be a tough outing for the Uintah Utes, and it is. It definitely is, and I think in a game like this, you look for anything positive that you can get. You look for experience for your team, and you look to build some grit. And so if you can get anything, get a run, you feel good about that. You feel good about fighting back.
Smunin stands in. He takes the first pitch low and away for a ball. It's 1-0. And especially with having back-to-back days where yesterday you lose 16-4, you make a long bus ride out here as that one misses inside for a ball, 2 balls and no strikes. And to come out here today after that long bus ride and everything that comes with traveling and to struggle again, that's got to be hard. As Smunin pops that one up, that one will go foul, 2 balls and a strike. And I think this is a better Uintah team than we've seen these last couple of days. I think this is a Uintah team. It's going to make some noise in region. I think they caught Maple Mountain at a time when right now their season is going really well at this point. Smunin grounded into a 1-2-3 double play. Swings, hits this one hard, deep out in the left center field gap. Jaron Hall runs over and he'll run it down for the second out of the inning.
Well, a nice hit there, but Jaron Hall, characteristic of him, very speedy, and got to that one just in time. Nice catch.
As here comes Ryan Case. Case had a really good at-bat. Worked a full count, had a 3-2 count against Tyson Ellis. Then he fouled off a couple of pitches. After he fouled those pitches out, though, Tyson Ellis won the battle as Case swings through the first one and misses for a strike, 0-1. It really was a nice battle, but Tyson Ellis was the one that won the war. The 0-1 pitch is going to be swung on. That one's lifted up high in the first base. Caden Beal comes over, gets under it. He'll make the catch, and the side is retired. We head to the bottom of the 4th inning here at Maple Mountain High School. Golden Eagles coming up. But first, let's take a moment here and let's thank our sponsors.
We want to go ahead and thank the car guys, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, sporting goods for all seasons, Two Jacks Pizza, and SFCN, who is built for speed. So Maple Mountain, you mentioned, Ryan, at a great time in their season. I think they're beginning to find themselves and maybe find themselves again. It looks like at the beginning of the season they came out red hot. They were ready to play and then went through a little bit of a slump. Not that they lost 3 or 4 in a row, but just didn't look themselves from the mound or from the plate. But now this Maple Mountain team kind of finding their identity. I know that's something that Coach Gary Miner mentioned he was looking at. He wanted the team to find its identity after a great performance in the playoffs. Really was a dead man walking, but made a run there with one loss in the playoffs in that bracket there. But Maple Mountain now kind of finding their identity and playing very well right now.
I think sometimes you see that kind of layup come from basketball. You know, Kate Polson and Jaron Hall and the Maple Mountain basketball team made a run during the state playoffs, and so getting them kind of used to hitting and things like that. And baseball is really a sport where you sometimes can't just pick it right up. Sometimes it takes a couple of weeks to get your timing right. And then I think that early season schedule, you had a lot of, you played a lot of good teams, and that trip down to St. George I think really helps. But now that you're in region play, I mean, now everything counts, and so I think there's a little bit more kind of an excitement when it comes to that. Here's Dawson Hall. He'll stand in. First pitch misses low with the fastball. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes the count. Dawson Hall had an RBI single last inning, actually two RBI single, and then had a single back in the second inning, came around to score a run. The wind and the delivery, that one swung on, foul back. I should correct myself again, both of those at-bats coming in the second inning. He was one of 2 guys who hit twice in that inning. Both him and the man on deck, Tito Dennison, both hit twice during that second inning.
Ryan, my question is, what happens if a foul ball comes our way? We don't have a glove. What are we supposed to do?
I think we borrow our audio technician's hat, and we'll use that as a glove.
I like that plan. Be prepared.
And I'm being told no. Okay. Here's a pitch, breaking ball, fouled away, and the count will even up at 2-2. The count here as Dawson Hall fouls it off. You know, Freddie, I've asked myself the same exact question before, so I don't know.
I don't have the best hands, I'll just tell you that right off the bat.
I made that one-handed catch during basketball season, so maybe that will work. I don't know.
I'll just put you in front of me.
Breaking ball, that one called. Strike 3 on the outside corner. The second strikeout of the afternoon here. Sorry, first strikeout.
Second baseman, number 1.
No, I'm sorry, second strikeout for Harris on the day. And with 1 out, Tito Dennison will come to the plate. Dennison is 0 for 2 today. He's flown out to right and grounded to short. I believe he's the only Golden Eagle that hasn't been on base. And there's only 2 Golden Eagles that haven't got hits today. Sorry, 3 Golden Eagles who haven't gotten a hit yet. Tito Dennison's one of them. He stands in. That one misses for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Dennison. City Council meeting coming up tonight. 6 o'clock start time here on Spanish Fork 17. Breaking ball. Dennison swings, pops that one up. It's going to be Lofthouse giving it a look, but it's going to go foul and evens the count up at 1-1. If this game should continue past 6, it will continue to air on Spanish Fork 16 in its entirety, and 17 will switch over to City Council at 7. The 1-1 pitch, the wind and the delivery comes in, and Dennison misses that one. Or sorry, it was Harris missing with that one to Dennison. It's 2 balls and a strike. Harris kicks, delivers the 0-1 pitch. Dennison swings, pops this one up. Lofthouse going to give it a look coming in as Case in right field. He'll make the play for the second out of the inning. So Harris really starting to settle in here in the 4th. For the first time this afternoon, has gotten the first 2 hitters of the inning, and now it's going to bring up Tyson Ellis, the opposing pitcher. Ellis is 2 for 2, including having an RBI back in the second inning. His courtesy runner, Carter Shaw, has come in to score 2 runs today. And then combined with what Ellis has done on the mound, that's not a bad afternoon. And that pitch misses away for a ball. It's 1 ball and no strikes to count. Ellis swings, pops this one up. Kunis going to give it a look. He's going to run out of real estate, though, as that one will go foul back onto the soccer field here.
That one nearly hitting some fans, so lucky nothing bad happened there. But a lot of these getting popped up over this pretty tall fence.
1 ball and 1 strike to count here on Tyson Ellis. Harris and the Utes looking for their first 1-2-3 of the day. That one's popped up. Kunis going to give it a look. Once again, that one's going to go foul up over the press area here and roll back just a little bit onto the soccer field here. If you haven't been to Maple Mountain, kind of a clover leaf sort of a setup with the baseball field facing one way, softball field another. The football field's right behind us here, and then the soccer field sits right to the right of the baseball field here. And the pitch to Tyson Ellis, missing low, and the count evens up at 2 balls and 2 strikes on Tyson Ellis. 11-0 Maple Mountain here on top of Uintah. And that pitch popped up once again down the left field line. Long run. Birch is going to run it down in fair territory, and the side, or in foul territory, and the side is retired. Last chance here for Uintah. They need 2 to keep this ball game going. We'll see if their bats can catch up with where they've pitched here in the 4th. Let's take a moment here and thank our sponsors here.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Rest easy. State Farm agent Lance Wilson is there for you. Call 801-798-9288 today for the service you deserve.
You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Top of the 5th inning here at Maple Mountain High School. Tyson Ellis's day has come to an end as they will go now to the left-hander Quentin Green, who will come in from left field to pitch. Green will look to try to keep Uintah off the scoreboard here. 3 outs, and Maple Mountain will move to 4-0. Dawson Hall will move from right field over to left field. Coming in the game at second base is Tyson Ellis. So Kedrick Kunis, the catcher, will stand in. Kunis, Lofthouse, and Stubblefield, 7, 8, 9 coming up here this afternoon. Uintah only able to get the 1 hit. Trevor Lofthouse on deck has that hit this afternoon. Quinn Green will work here from the windup and will deliver the first pitch home. That one low for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes to count. Uintah needing, I believe, 2 runs to keep this one going here. That pitch swung on and missed. The scoreboard had shown 13-0. I believe it's only 11-0, and now they'll shut it off and probably reset that scoreboard here. Green comes home with the pitch to Kunis, swung on and missed, and now Kunis with 2 strikes on him here. Green, we've seen him primarily in left field, but also been able to come in as a reliever. Kunis swings and misses, strike 3. Quinn Green gets his first strikeout of the afternoon. And now it's going to bring up Trevor Lofthouse.
And the Golden Eagles are grateful for opportunities like this when Green gets a chance to get a little experience. He doesn't get to the mound often as a reliever, but today, good experience, chance for experience for him.
Lofthouse, 1 for 1, has the lone hit on the afternoon for Uintah. Swung on and missed the first pitch. It's 0-1. Lofthouse had a single in the second, and that then got stranded on at first as Tyson Ellis struck out the side. Green's 0-1 pitch is again a check swing. They're going to say foul tip into the glove for strike 2, and it's quickly 0-2 on Trevor Lofthouse. Green set, ready to go. The 0-2 pitch is just a little bit, looks like maybe high, maybe outside for a ball. I can't quite see whether it's outside from here. I can see the height of the pitch pretty well.
The sun really in our eyes at this point. Bad angle.
The 1-2 pitch is going to be swung on, lifted into to center field for a base hit. So Trevor Lofthouse is 2 for 2 this afternoon. And now Zach Stubblefield will come to the plate. Stubblefield struck out back in the second inning to actually retire and end that side here. As Stubblefield started the game on the mound for Uintah and struggled through that big 7-run 7th inning for the Golden Eagle. 7th run 2nd inning for the Golden Eagles. As the first pitch, Stubblefield takes a big cut and came up empty. It's no balls and a strike. Quinn Green will work from the stretch for the first time. Lofthouse gets his lead, and that pitch misses low and away. Count evens up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Caden Beal will hold on Lofthouse. Quinn Green working from the stretch, takes a long look over to first and comes home. That pitch is on the inside, and they're going to call, looks like a balk, and they're going to send Lofthouse down to second base. So something happened in the delivery there for Quinn Green. I don't know if he made either a decisive, kind of deceived the runner a little bit that he was going to throw over to first, or whether he never came set on the mound. Nonetheless, it'll be a balk. No pitch on the last one. That one missing inside, ball 3. It's 3-1, and now Bailey Roberts will head out and have a quick word with Quinn Green. So 3 balls and 1 strike to count here on Zach Stubblefield. Tyson Colton, the designated hitter, on deck. Green working here from the stretch. Takes a long look in, gets the sign. The pitch misses low, and that's now ball 3, it looks like. It's 3-1. Should see a good pitch coming here. Green takes a look at second, winds and delivers. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and now the count goes full 3-2 on Stubblefield. (11-0) Maple Mountain here in the top of the 5th inning. The wind and the delivery comes home, swung on and missed, strike 3, and Uintah's down to their final out.
Green looking very composed from the mound, and throughout the course of a season, you never know what's going to happen, including injuries that may occur, so it's nice to know that Green can hold his own from the mound.
Especially, I mean, I don't think anybody would have thought a situation like last year when you get to the state tournament up and having to kind of work your way through the bottom part of that bracket, and depth in pitching helps. That one's going to roll to the backstop as it gets away from Bailey Roberts, and heading down to third base is Trevor Lofthouse.
So the Utes now with the 2 runners that they so desperately needed, now they just need somebody to get them home.
And they're actually going to say it hit Tyson Colton, so Lofthouse will have to be moved back to second base, and now Cruz Leyba will come to the plate. Leyba walked back in the first inning, where Uintah looked like they were going to strike early. They loaded the bases back in the first inning, but then a 1-2-3 double play retired the side. The first pitch in there for a strike, and it's 0-1. Leyba in his last at bat in the third went down on strikes. 2 outs, runners on at first and second for Uintah. Green kicks and delivers. That pitch misses low. Runner goes for third. Lofthouse is going to steal the bag right there as the throw comes down. Nice job by Trevor Lofthouse, and now runners on the corners. So an aggressive play, but a good job there by Lofthouse, able to find a way to steal the bag. Cruz Leyba stands in. The throw over to first, and diving back is Tyson Colton. The ball kind of skipped away from Caden Beal there, and Trevor Lofthouse probably smart to hold. I don't know. It would have been close to the plate. Probably not the best idea to make the third out at home. Runners get their leads on the corners. Green comes home. That pitch missing again. Ball 1, and they count even up at 1-1 here on Cruz Leyba. Carter Pope in the on-deck circle. If the inning should continue past Leba here. The pitch on its way. Leba swings, hits that one to center field. That's going to fall for a base hit. So 1 run is in, going from first to third. And up there standing is Tyson Colton. And so 1 run is in here in the inning. And now Uintah down by 10.
Uintah now with some life and a chance to extend the game, which at this point is great. It's all you can ask for. You want a chance to play on and show some toughness and battling back.
Carter Pope going to be the hitter, and if you're Uintah right now, probably nobody else you want at the plate right now than Carter Pope, with a chance to get that lead down to 9, that runner on at third. Pope's 0 for 1 was hit by a pitch as well today, and the first pitch misses for the ball. It's 1-0. Pope grounded to second base in his last at-bat in the third. Stands in the 1-0 pitch, misses again, ball 2. It's 2 balls and no strikes to count here on Quinn Green. Kind of tough if you're Maple Mountain, because you really want to end, you had an opportunity really to end this game, and great job though by Uintah fighting back. Pitch comes in, and that one's right there on the outside corner for a called strike from Carter Pope. And it's 2 balls and a strike. So Pope's still in a really good hitter's count here. Probably will see something pretty good from Quinn Green here. 2-1 pitch is going to be hit back up the middle for a base hit. Coming in to score from third is Tyson Colton, and now it's 11-2 in favor of Maple Mountain. An RBI single for Carter Pope.
Baseball hits the field umpire, which causes the ball to become dead. Batter runner reaches first base on the ball. Bases are now loaded. Up to the plate for the Utes.
So I guess they're calling
And so what they're going to do, they're going to say that since the ball hit the umpire, they're going to say that the runner has to hold at third. So Tyson Colton retreats back to third, and now Caden Birch will stand in. Their first pitch on its way is going to be rolled to second base. Coming up with it is Ellis. His throw to first is in time, and that will end the ball game. So Maple Mountain comes out today victorious, 11-2 here in the 5th. They 10-run Uintah for the second straight time. We'll take a break here on Spanish Fork 17. We'll come back. We'll wrap it up, including the MVP Sports MVP. Maple Mountain comes up victorious today here at home.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Rest easy. State Farm agent Lance Wilson is there for you. Call 801-798-9288 today for the service you deserve.
You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork, or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
Back here at Maple Mountain, where today the Golden Eagles come out victorious 11-1 today. Uintah kind of at the end, the ball hitting the second base umpire, which didn't allow that second run to come in to score. We'd still be playing baseball. Nonetheless, Maple Mountain with the win improves to 4-0 in Region 8 play. That will keep pace right now with the 3-0 Salem Hills Skyhawks. Pending their result today against Wasatch, Maple Mountain could be all alone atop Region 8, but we won't necessarily know that result until later on tonight. Today was an interesting game for Eddie. Uintah looked like early on, bases loaded in the first, an opportunity maybe to get a run or two right on the board. They just weren't able to do it today.
Yeah, we talked in the beginning of the game about one of the keys to this one being Maple Mountain getting off to a fast start, and for Uintah, you wanted to stop that. Maple Mountain was able to get off to a quick start there in the first couple innings and built their lead pretty fast, so Uintah just was unable to battle back, although at the end they did make a nice attempt and almost extended this one.
And just a 7-run second inning that was really sparked. You had, Dennison, Ellis, and Beal coming up. You had a couple of guys, Caden Beal and Tito Dennison, who haven't really been regulars in the Maple Mountain lineup. We've seen them kind of throughout different times of the year, and boy, they play a big part today. But when you take a look at when we get ready to talk about like the MVP and things like that, you're talking about really an all-around performance, and who else than Tyson Ellis today? He got everything started in that second inning. He had an RBI single, and then he also pitched, went 4 innings of shutout baseball, was 2 for 2. Didn't score both runs because they used the courtesy runner. They brought in Carter Shaw, who came in his spot and scored twice as well. So a great performance today by Tyson Ellis and the Golden Eagles as they come out victorious. They move to 9-5, I believe, on the regular season, 4-0 in Region 8 play. Next up for Maple Mountain is a home date on Tuesday with the Springville Red Devils. Springville really making some noise here in Region 8 to at least start the season. It's going to be a fun, exciting matchup. Always fun when those two schools get together. Just a reminder, City Council coming up at the top of the hour here on Spanish Fork 17. Our next broadcast, like we talked about, will be on Spanish Fork 16, Springville, Maple Mountain. Next Tuesday on Spanish Fork 17, the Spanish Fork Dons in action on the road at Salem Hills. A big series for the Dons, a chance to see maybe if they can't put a loss or two on the Skyhawks. Harriman, the only team this year to beat Salem Hills. So it should be a fun matchup there. You can catch replays of this game and our many other broadcasts on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/SpanishFork17, where you can catch replays of this game and our many other broadcasts. Other than that, we hope everybody's had a great afternoon. We had a quick one this afternoon. Maple Mountain comes out victorious, 11-1 over Uintah. We thank everybody for watching. We hope you have a great day. For our entire Spanish Fork Community Network team here at Maple Mountain High School, for my partner Freddie Woods, I'm Ryan Pickens signing off until next time when it's Maple Mountain and Springville on Spanish Fork 16.
MVP Sports is the #1 source for sporting goods in Spanish Fork. Football, soccer, all the fall sports, we've got you covered. Check out our new custom t-shirt builder. Design at home and we'll build it for you. MVP Sports, 72 North Main in Spanish Fork. Need a new car or truck? The Car Guys has the best selection of used vehicles at the best prices in Spanish Fork. The Car Guys know their automobiles to get you the best car for your needs and your budget. The Car Guys at 872 North Main in Spanish Fork.
Rest easy. State Farm agent Lance Wilson is there for you. Call 801-798-9288 today for the service you deserve.
You know Triple T Heating and Cooling, but did you know that Triple T does plumbing? From tankless hot water, soft water, and reverse osmosis drinking water systems, right down to that leaky faucet. Triple T sure does plumbing. Call Triple T at 801-798-7711 today.
Hi, welcome to Two Jacks Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jacks Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?